Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet once again. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time, we lost Snake, and that really sucked. So I don't really have any, we'll say, intelligence missions I want to be giving out. Now, I could go ahead and I get Gray Fox to take over, we'll say, on espionage. However, I like having his inspiring presence basically at the where is he situated anyways? He is currently at the Blue Planet. So basically having other people like Luke Moretti at the Blue Planet, that, you know, it basically you know, anyone at the Blue Planet is having their skills improved, such as this fleet admiral for some reason who is not actually in a fleet. So we're gonna have to maybe, we'll say, maybe we'll send him over to maybe Strike Force Bravo. Yeah, we'll figure out exactly which ship we're gonna be slapping him on. Oh, actually, no, that's right. He's gonna be at the capital ship of the fleet, so we don't pick the exact fleet. So you know what? Let's go ahead and send him on Strike Force Bravo. Just because he is a fleet admiral, and you know, he could be more well used. So what I'm gonna do is periodically, we'll say through this episode, since I'm not gonna be focusing so much on intelligence, obviously, because my ace agent got taken out, is I'm gonna be maybe taking a look at some of the character positions and maybe seeing if they're, let me see here, I'll take a look at that in a second. You know, if we can go ahead and make better use of some of the characters, or I'll completely forget. That's completely a possibility as well. So our engineers have completed research in enhanced research. That, I don't know, that phrase is still hilarious to me. So basically it provides improvements to the existing component weapons lab and the ability to build a new planetary facility, the Rusin Technology Installation. Now, what exactly is that? Well, we gotta come to this screen anyways, because we have, we've finished every, we'll say, queued up high-tech and industrial technology that we had. So, first of all, let's go ahead and see what the Rusin Technology Installation is. It's cost 100,000 credits. That's quite a bit. It's the Center for Advanced Technology Projects. Provides a high-tech research bonus for the Empire. Note that each wonder may only be built once in the galaxy. You must be the first Empire to complete the wonder. I'm actually going to see if we are the first, because I actually want this. It gives a 40% bonus to colony development. We slap that on the Blue Planet, and my goodness, the value is going to go up through the roof. We're also going to get a plus 50% high-tech research bonus. That's excellent. It's going to kill our cash flow, but at the same time, it's going to increase our cash flow. So I think overall, we will be making money by building this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and slap that on the Blue Planet, but first we need to choose what technologies we want going ahead from here. Now I'm thinking, actually, you know what? I'm thinking something, but I'm gonna take a quick look and I'll be back in a second. You know, in case I'm wrong with my initial thinking. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, after I started taking a look, I realized I had no idea, but anyways, this is what I've decided on. First things first, I want ship scanning, and what that will allow us to do is put a trace scanner on our ships, which allows the scanning of another ship or base to determine its cargo, onboard troops, and component status. So we can get a really good idea of what the enemy is actually doing and what they've actually got on board, and you know, that'll actually help us get a better idea of, we'll say, their ships versus our ships. After that, I figured we would go ahead for enhanced commerce. Now, it only gives us a 2% trade bonus, but I'd like to start to, you know, maybe develop, like I said, trade a little bit more, and hopefully we don't, like I said, we don't end up in just a ton of wars, because this technology, this research will be a lot less useful if that is the case. Next up after that, I'm looking at enhanced crew systems, which basically allows our HAB modules to support sizes going up from 85 to 100. So that means we'll have to use fewer HAB modules for our ships. Now, it's not going to be a huge improvement, but it will be an improvement. You know, it'll allow us to make more effective use of our ships, especially as the ship sizes become larger. It's actually pretty small, I think, right now, but yeah, it should save some space and allow us to fit an extra component in there. ultimately you want to be getting up here. Like, I think that the difference between we'll say this upgrade to this upgrade is not too big, but once you start to get over like here, you notice that the difference is very drastic from, let's say, you know, from basic crew environments up to here. It does have an impact on, let's say, how much space that takes up. Coordinated docking. Now, this is something I haven't really talked about too much. Basically, when they are transferring cargo from, we'll say, one ship to, say, a base or a planet, you have a cargo throughput. You know, it's how fast they can go ahead and unload the cargo or load up the cargo. Currently, we are sitting at cargo throughput of 150, so 150 units per whatever cycle the game happens to use. Now, I think this might actually be kind of a bottleneck on our empire right now because we can't get cargo around quickly enough. So, you know, especially after we go ahead and get enhanced commerce, I'm actually, you know what? We're gonna actually put crew systems later on. And now that I'm thinking about them, like, if we're gonna go ahead the commerce route, we want to increase our cargo throughput because it'll allow us, you know, from 150 to 220 units. That'll allow us to basically conduct transactions quicker. So that'll be better for our money, and it will be better for our. It's basically just better for our economy in general. After that. Basically, we're going to head and pick up enhanced scanners and advanced sensors, which will basically improve on basically our long-range scanners and our ability to, we'll say, hyper-track, whatever. These two are not as important to me, but I really want to get stealth because, like I said, I want to get that spy academy up so we can maybe get some more intelligence agents a little bit quicker. So that's basically what we're doing for the time being. After that, we'll probably pick up the other technologies, such as, you know, the medicine, entertainment, troop transports, and these we'll say fleet measures and targeting and stuff, which we'll be able to do once we get our what was it? The come on, Jason, come on, the Rusin technology installation, which I'm going to go ahead and try to start building on the blue planet. So let's go ahead and say zoom on into our, wow, that just sort of jumped. There we go. Warp on into our, we'll say, our home planet here, the blue planet, and see about, wait, no buildable facilities. Did someone already build it? I suspect someone already built it. That sucks. Science Academy. Click for details. You know, it's possible someone has already built it. That actually upsets me because that's actually a wonder that I wanted to build, and I guess I completely forgot that maybe someone else had already built it. That kind of throws a wrench into the works. Let me see here. I'm actually gonna go under Galactic History screen. I think wonders. No, the wonders don't show up on here. Give me a second, I'm going to quickly peruse through this and see if I can find if someone actually built it, because it should show up on this log screen. Alright, unfortunately, actually, I didn't realize that the message history or the log did not go back all the way. I thought it kept a complete log of the entire game, which would have been amazing, but apparently it only goes back to, I want to say approximately 10 years, and then it starts to call old entries by the looks of things here. But it does keep things like, these we'll say more, these big galactic events or histories that have been revealed. Those are kept, but everything else seems to be purchased. So I wasn't able to really find that out. So it does appear that maybe someone has already built oh wait, right there, Rusin technology installation. Wait, it lets me build it from here, but it won't let me build it from here. Interesting. So maybe someone had not built it, but you actually have to come into this screen for it. I'm not sure why that happened. More research is needed. When we get the Rusin technology installation, we'll be able to research as to why I was not able to build it from the screen. Maybe wonders can't be built from the overall screen. You actually have to go to the planet. I'm not sure. We'll like I said, we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll ponder these things. Actually, looking at these here, the value of these planets here is getting they're practically at 100k now. So I'm actually going to increase that by another % for these two planets, and that should help a little bit with cash flow as well. All right, well, this sucks. It appears that Leanna Prime 10 is under attack from a pirate frigate, and the base is not completed. And we don't have a defensive force here, so I really don't hope they destroy this medium spaceport. Okay, so there are fighters aboard at least. Okay, so even the Leanna Prime 10 spaceport is incomplete. It looks like at least the fighter bays were completed, so maybe they were able to launch fighters. I don't know if that's going to be enough to take out the frigate, though, because it does appear that it is doing quite a bit of damage to our spaceport. But okay, the fighters are turning into position. They are firing. Yeah, they're not doing a whole lot of damage to the frigate. They got the shields down to almost half, though, so I'm hoping that'll be enough to force the pirate to escape. I find pirates like to try to escape, you know, once their shields get down to a certain amount, they realize, okay, I gotta bail. So I'm hoping that it's not basically spinning around for another attack run. I'm hoping it's trying to escape. And I like that I think it's turning its focus, yeah, to firing on the fighters. Okay, yeah. Perfect. So the fighters have been able to chase off the pirate frigate. However, this does, we'll say, remind me that I do need to get a defensive fleet for this planet. And that's nice, actually. We're able to actually hit it and do some component damage. We're actually hitting it. I don't know if we're basically just hitting the armor, but the fighters do appear to be able to, they're actually doing some good damage to that frigate. So it would be really excellent if they could take it out before it hyper jumped out. Let's speed things up just a bit and see if they're able to pull that off. That would be very cool. No, it got away. All right, but like I said, this does mean that I need to get myself a defensive defensive fleet for Leanna Prime 10. The Rhodian Hive is no longer at war with the Tekin Corporation. Now, this means that they're likely going to be able to put more effort towards their war against the Acilis Major Enclave. We don't want that. But there's nothing we can really do at this point, because, like I said, if we intervene, then that puts us at war. So it's like this really strange balance. I find playing this game gives you a completely different view on, it's like, even you know, like the real world, like global politics and stuff. You know, the choices you make, you're trying to do the best for your empire, and you realize that everyone else is basically doing the same thing. So it is very interesting. So Rhodian Major 1 has completed a small spaceport. And, let's see, actually, our mining station's under attack. Let's see, oh no, is it? It's not one of the retrofitted designs. Darn it! I was really hoping it was one of the retrofitted designs. We could have seen, what kind of, firepower it had, but it's too late now. That sucker is going to be, destroyed. What system is this in, so I can remember to, let's say, rebuild that base? Because that sucker is dead. I thought I told everyone to retrofit. You were supposed to be retrofitting to the newest design. Actually, this ship appears to be taking off. It's only one frigate. That base ship might be able to actually defend itself. It does appear that the Daedalus Technocracy has a deadly plague that has broken out on one of its planets. I'm curious. The single frigate, I don't think is going to be able to take on this mining station, even the non-retrofitted version of it, so I'm kind of curious what it's going to do. It's moving really slow. It's really weird, actually. And is it going to open fire? No. Weird. Okay. It has an unknown mission. I have no idea what's going on here. But it does appear that our mining base will be safe for the time being. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, what I was going to do was get myself a defensive fleet to send over to Leanna Prime 10. So let's actually go ahead go to Reach. We'll access the Reach spaceport, which probably... Oh, that's what I was going to do. I remember what I was originally going to do. We're going to retrofit this to a large spaceport. And we're going to do the same thing for where's the other one? Rhodian Major. We were about to retrofit that from a small up to at least a medium. So we're going to retrofit you to a medium spaceport so that it's got a few more weapons and stuff on it. Kefar Major 2 has been colonized, so we've colonized another planet. I went ahead and queued that up a little while back. Ooh! I didn't realize that it was that close to Ikuro's territory. That's going to strain things a little bit. And there's a lot of pirate bases in the sector, so let's go ahead and build some troops there and maybe queue up a small spaceport. It's not gonna have the resources to do so, but we're gonna start queuing it up now. Right now, though, I'm going to focus getting, like I said, defensive fleets for these two systems. Rhodium, yeah. So, I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna go ahead and queue up some of those ships and put them into a fleet. Actually, I'm gonna show you. Basically, I went to specifically to Reach, and I've queued up 4 ships to basically become the next defense force. Now, actually, I'm going to increase that. We're gonna make 6 ships, and the reason why I've decided to go with 6 ships is it's going to be expensive to go ahead and basically have, you know, 8 basically. Actually, it's going to be expensive to have all these ships on defensive fleets, especially for such small planets. So we're going to go ahead and create the 10th fleet, and what we're going to do is we're going to tell the 10th fleet to, we're going to set their home colony to Leanna Prime 10. Alright. This is pretty standard so far, so we'll set that as the home colony. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to select the 10th fleet, and I'm going to put them on defense, but I'm going to set their range to, nearby systems. And, actually, maybe nearby systems is still not enough, because we see the circle. So I'm kind of hoping maybe I can... No, that doesn't work either. I was going to set it the sector so that they would maybe, sort of encapsulate Rhodian Major as well, but it doesn't look like that is going to be, the case. So what I'm... Alright, so Leanna Prime 10, you're gonna have to deal for a little while on your own, because what I think a better idea would be to do is set it to Rhodian Major 1, set that as the home colony, and as you can see here, the range actually goes over into this system where we've been seeing a lot of pirate problems. So when this fleet is done, they're gonna go up to Rhodian Major, that will be their home base, they will defend this base, but they will also start defending our mining operations up in the Zeta Pasolo system. So, I think that's probably a decent, I think that's a decent idea, and that's also maybe a reason why this fleet is a little bit larger than my other defensive fleets. Alright, that's cool. I like that. Alright, Strike Force Bravo has finally refueled, and they're ready for action, so I'm going to send them over to the Tika system in preparation for the attack on Urtu. We're going to, like I said, we're going to try to, or actually, we're probably going to go up here as well and wipe out the pirate presence over there as well. The Raldan Corporation, and the Daedalus Technocracy appears to now be over, so they're no longer at war, those two factions. I don't know, actually, who is the Raldan Corporation? Have I even met them? Raldan Corporation. I do not see them. Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember now that these two pink-purple. These two, we'll say, balls versus these balls. Yes. All right. It would appear that one of our mining bases is actually under attack by some pirate destroyers. This is one of our retrofitted ones. I'm kind of curious to see how this one performs. I'm wondering if I can specify specific orders. Now, let's just watch. Let's see how this plays out. So, it's likely still going to be destroyed. I doubt it's going to be able to hold off against all these destroyers. But it will be intriguing to see how well it does with the added firepower that we've put on it. Yeah, this thing is totally surrounded. It's toast. I doubt this thing's even going to get through the shields. Oh well. Well, I guess we'll have to rebuild that base. Well, it put up a valiant effort and did very little to no damage, but good job, mining base. And it's down. It's toast. Now if they capture it, that's gonna tick me off. No, it was just raided. That's all. It was just raided. What just happened? I clicked on something, something came up too quickly, and it paused the game. Okay. I'll unpause it now. Uh-oh. Darn it, our intelligence network has uncovered a covert arrangement of the Royal Ketanov Dominion. I don't know if I shared that information with the other faction or not. Oops. Okay, well, whatever. Now, here's an interesting thing I've noticed here, though. It says Ice Moon, Quality 77%. It says colonize, yes, native type for Naxilians. Because I've actually taken over a planet with Naxilians, we do now have Naxilians within our empire. It means we can send a colony ship to colonize this planet, because even though we don't have the technology for ice moons, to colonize ice moons, we've got Naxilians. So actually, you know what? Let's send a colony over here. Actually, where's this planet? Knowing me and my luck, oh yeah, we're going to be pushing in on the Asilis Major Enclave's territory even more. Sorry guys. Sorry. I don't mean to spread my influence into your territory. Yeah, they're not going to be too happy with us there. But we need to expand. Like, let's take a look at the Empire comparison screen. We're actually up to 9th now. That's good. Our territory we're in 8th. Population-wise, we're 6th. We do need to catch up with that. Economy, 3rd. That's actually pretty good. Strategic, we're also in 3rd. Military strength, we are in 1st. And we have the top colony. That's right, the blue planet is the top colony in the galaxy. Awesome. Now, since I had mentioned, you know, we're going to be colonizing another planet based on the fact that we have Naxilians, I figured it would be a good idea to come and see what, we'll say, races are actually within our empire. So we've got humans, we have Tikans, we have the Ikuros, we have Naxilians, and we have Diet. So basically, all of these creatures, their home planets, their home planet types, we can go ahead and colonize those. I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly what each one is, like what each one's, we'll say, preferred type is, but that's probably in the Galactopedia, but I'm not going to look at that right now. Alright, so the Asilis Major Enclave has gone ahead and they're giving us an offer here. They want to give us a mining station, which we don't know what it is, in exchange to initiate trade sanctions against the Daedalus technocracy. Now, we don't really have any reason to do so, and I hate, like I said, that you can't, we'll say, preview information, the relevant information, before going ahead and accepting an offer or rejecting it. So I'm going to go ahead and, we're going to go ahead and reject this proposal for now. Actually, you know what, let's reject this right now. I do want to see what they were offering us, though, so what we'll do is we'll hit reject, and we're going to look at what mining station this was, and maybe we can go ahead and re-offer the deal to them if it turns out it's very worthwhile. But I have no reason to want to initiate trade sanctions against the Daedalus technocracy. So let's take a look here. Major system sector, was that I6? All right, let's take a look. All right, so basically it's a source of Megalis nut and chromium, and it's in the Bisteri Major on Bisteri Major 1, which is a marshy swamp planet within our territory. Now, I'm thinking no, because if we go ahead and take a look at our relation with the Daedalus technocracy, let's see, they're already angry with us. We're annoyed with them. And we do have a little bit of trade, and that's kind of beneficial to us, right? So, yeah, 5K, that's not too bad. That's actually better than some of, we'll say, the trade I have with some other factions. So, what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go ahead and colonize this planet. So we're going to send a colony ship over here, we'll colonize it, and that's basically our way of, we'll say, taking our own mining of that planet into our own hands. So I don't see any reason why I would have taken that offer. Let's see, Patrum Junction 2 Spaceport. That's this planet right here. That's one of our new ones. Darn it. However, we do have a defense fleet because we thought ahead, go us. And so we're going to go ahead and use that defensive fleet to go ahead and destroy these nasty, nasty pirates. And it looks like he sees us and he's running away. He knows he's in trouble. He's like, oh crap. Oh poop, I am about to be destroyed. Now, it does appear that I think I left upgrading on automatic for cruisers because they once again are lacking hyper deny. And he will escape with his life. Such a pity. But whatever, we'll go ahead and make sure that the defensive fleet, actually, where is it? 9th Fleet, right? Yeah, we'll make sure that it just sort of holds position here. Now, the Securans are asking for a territory map swap. You know what? Sure. Let's swap territory maps. I'm curious as to how far you've expanded out. And then it looks like a plague has struck in the Great Cadian territory. Sure. So they've gone ahead and they've gained a new colony. So they're spreading out pretty well. They're kind of lucky in a way. They don't really, well, at least from what we can see, they don't have a whole lot of neighbors. There are a few factions that we still don't have the maps for, so, you know, eventually I'm hoping to be able to fill that in, but for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and say that these guys are pretty lucky in where they are, because like we've got so many neighbors. We're kind of sort of crushed right in the middle of everyone here. That's a bit of a pain. Now I was putting a smuggling mission out on was it Rhodian Major 1, just because I wanted to help develop that planet, and that's run out. So cool. The 10th Fleet does appear to be moving up to Rhodian Major 1, so it's going to be in defensive position. At least 3 of the ships are completed. The 3 destroyers, the cruisers, will be coming along shortly. Alright, so our engineers have completed research in improved missiles, so this breakthrough provides improvements in I believe our concussion missiles? Let me see here. Yes, our existing component concussion missiles. So our concussion missiles are now more effective. So maybe our mining stations will be a little bit more potent. Alright, it appears that the Acilis Major Enclave has terminated any trade of the rare and valuable Zentabia fluid with us. They probably don't like the fact that our borders are touching so much, you know, as they are. You know, our expansion's up in that we'll say direction, unintentionally, you know, it's still in our territory, but because of the sphere of influence sort of pushes into their territory, they don't like that. So that's probably, we probably have some, we'll say, rough relations. Yeah, they're cautious with us. They're only at +3. So your colonies and bases trespass in our systems. Yeah, our relationships are actually our relationship with the Acilis Major Enclave is starting to deteriorate. So I'm actually wondering if it would be better if we took our ambassador Than Bendu and sent him over to the Acilis Major Enclave. I realize that increases the chances of, we'll say, Rhodian, or I think it's Lascara? Yeah. Their aggression, but you know, like I said, I don't want to be fighting the Acilis Major Enclave because I feel like they're one of the only, they're very dependable. Once you become their friends, they're very dependable. They will not backstab you. And I feel like that's worth, we'll say rewarding. So we're actually going to move Than Bendu, and if that means a war with the Rhodian Hive, you know what? I'll take them. I will take them on. So we're going to send you on over to Acilis Major 1, and hopefully he can smooth things out with the Akuros. You know, these pirates are pretty stupid. They basically, we're building a colony ship on Leana Prime 10, and that's probably the colony ship that we're planning on using for, darn it, that we were planning on using for that ice planet, but it would appear that they went ahead and they destroyed it. That one ship got past our spaceport. Darn it! Alright, well, I guess we've got to, I gotta remember where that planet was, that they were going to colonize. This one, let's see, that one houses that's a marshy swamp. It's a marshy swamp planet! Darn it, let's go ahead and take a look at, not the colony screen, you idiot, the expansion planner. I'm pretty sure it's going to show up on there. Hopefully I'll recognize it when I see it. So we're going to look at potential colonies, and it was this one right here. The Bisteni Major 1. It looks like it's actually still queued up. Okay. So we actually were already queued up for that planet? Maybe? That's situated right up there. That's Marshy Swamp. Ice Moon. Okay. Oh, was it MC? MC. Yes, this one here, that's what it was. The 77%, I remember that. So we're gonna have to queue up another one for that. Now it's yellow because there's pirates or space monsters, but that's okay. We can deal with that as long as the colony ship can get built. That was terrible. All right, so basically, it looks like Strike Force Bravo has arrived in the Tika system at Dagon. I'm going to get them to refuel, and then I'm probably going to send them down here to the Urtu system to, you know, take on the pirates in that system. Actually, let me think about this. How many pirate bases do we have in here? There's a lot of pirate mining stations. We're actually going to go up here. We're going to clear out this system because if the pirates are using this to help fund anything, you know, I want to shut that down because look at all these smuggling ships. Let's see, what was it? The Kalarba Major Confederation. Have we had any attacks on us from that specific pirate faction? You know, it's in our system. We could be getting all these resources. Like, for instance, this here is a mining station that's... what the heck are you even built on? Is there an asteroid behind you? I don't know. They've got tons of bases set up in the system. I feel like we should go ahead and destroy these. Get them out of our system. So that's what I'll probably do once Bravo's refueled and ready to go. I'll send them over into the Kaifar major system and take out these mining bases. And finally, the Yuffie spaceport has been completed. So now that it has actually been completed and it is functional, we're going to go ahead and retrofit it to a medium one. The reason why I like to start with a small one and then retrofit up is that it gets the base up and running a lot sooner, and which means that it can help with, we'll say, the planet's development a lot sooner. Do you have a current mission, Mr. Construction Ship? You do not, but you're automated. So you know what? Go ahead and you go ahead and retrofit. And that way there, when you get a mission that you can go ahead and do and you're queued up for, you can go ahead and actually continue doing that mission. Now, this fleet here, this is the Yuffie Defense Force. We're going to go ahead and automate them and tell them to repair. Because their home planet is set to Yuffie, now that they actually have a spaceport to repair at, they will stay in system. So, I'll go ahead and set them to automated. They can go ahead and do their thing. A lot of our passenger ships seem to be getting attacked from... in what system? Oh, down here in Rhodian territory. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to send my military ships down there. All right, I'm sorry if this episode ends up being a little bit shorter. I have run out of time, however, so a little bit short of me, we'll say, launching my offensive on the pirates in this territory, but it is what it is, right? The current year is 2162, so, some time has passed, and, yeah. Stuff's happening down in Rhodian territory. So we're gonna go ahead and save the game as LP21, I believe, yes. LP21, because this is our 21st episode. And so if you like the content and would like to see more of it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.